Nope. 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 Cock. Apologies for the low light, but I've got one job, a little bit off topic, that I want to do to the Mini whilst I have a chance before I make a proper start on some of my other projects, like the Focus for instance. So, what we're going to do, get her in the workshop, and we're going to fit, I've got many boxes of bits there, some headlights that I'm not going to get a chance to do today. More importantly, I want to fit the steering wheel. I picked this up, another Facebook Marketplace bargain, for 150 quid. I think it's an absolute steal. It does come with a Boss, but I have my own Boss. Granted, I should probably use the Motolita Boss that comes with the Motolita steering wheel, but I will keep it because I might polish it, because it's black and it just doesn't really, I don't know, it just doesn't really match the steering wheel. I've got a really nice polished Boss in the footwell of the car, which I want to fit instead. I am, however, going to need the bolts and the ring. I will grab the Boss out. I don't need the steering wheel horn button because oh god, that box is falling apart. What I've done is I've left this box in my cage, which is not open to the elements, but the elements get in. So I suppose it is open to the elements, but it's not like it just doesn't rain in there. You just get dampness in there. So what we've got, lovely, and the piece de resistance, lovely, nice polished heavy duty Boss. I mean, it's not going to break anytime soon, so I'm pretty content with that. So yeah, let's get to fitting all of this. Let's first, before we do anything, make sure that the steering wheel fits onto the Boss and that all the bolt holes line up, because that would be really embarrassing, but that looks spot on to me. And with the horn button and the screwing ring, which is that, yeah, look at that. I think that looks really smart. Can't wait to get that fitted. So we'll get this on there, and then that's one job done. So there are two really important things to remember when you're doing a steering wheel change on any car. One is not to leave your steering lock on when your steering wheel isn't pointing straight. So give me a minute. One is to ensure that the steering wheel and the car wheels are pointing dead straight. If you change the steering wheel and the steering wheel's off center, then it's a lot and you walk away, you have a brew, you get distracted by someone, you think, oh god, which way was the steering wheel pointing and how far? If it's in the middle, it's in the middle. You can't really go too wrong. Secondly, one of the other most important things to remember is with the securing nut or bolt, leave it on a few threads when you come to take the steering wheel off, because you will do what I did when I first removed the steering wheel when I was 17 years old, and you will bash yourself in the nose, and it's quite painful, and you do bleed, or the lip, or the chin, or the forehead, or the eye, and you get a black eye, and then you have to explain it, and it's quite difficult to explain because you've been a moron. So leave the bolt on a few threads, steering wheel straight, bolt on a few threads, disconnect all the electrical connections. If there are any on a newer car, disconnect the battery. You will have to take the airbag off if you're fitting an aftermarket wheel. And if it's got a clock spring, which is what sort of sends power to the airbag and the horn and all the controls on the steering wheel, don't touch it, leave it alone. Pull the steering wheel off, leave that in the centre. all hell will break loose if you start messing around and playing with it. Oh, look, that moves. Don't do that. Really bad idea. So yeah, next we're going to get this nut wound off, a few turns, get the steering wheel freed up, get the boss on, check it all fits, tighten it up. Job's a good one. Nope. 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 Cock. Let's go with one of the nopes. 27, it's probably 26 in that case. Oh, they put that one tight, didn't they? Let's get a deep 26mm socket. There we go. Oh, got it. A bit more leverage. Leverage is your friend. Nice. That's on a few threads. Oh, it's got thread lock on there, so it's tight. Oh, that was easy. Really straight. Straight as can be. Nice. One steering wheel off. Nice. Right, so what I was just doing then for many minutes was getting this roll pin fitted. What this does is it fits in the gap here on the steering wheel, so when you've got your indicators on and the steering wheel rotates, you can cancel your indicators. The old steering wheel had it, this will need it, otherwise it'll just be a nightmare. I'll have to cancel the indicators by hand. I don't want to do that. Nice. Oh, that looks really smart. Click. There will be a torque setting for that. Yep. Let's make sure the mini symbol is in the middle. Nice. Cool, let's grab a flathead screwdriver and an 8mm spanner. So I suppose another important thing when you fit a steering wheel like this is make sure that all of the screws on the steering wheel go around and sort of face each other. Because if they're all wonky, like they currently are now, if you're like me and you're slightly OCD, it will drive you absolutely insane looking at it every day. So get this bit right once and you won't have to do it again. You'll have to excuse me here, I'm literally just talking to myself, I'll be honest. So there's a sped up portion of me talking to myself. Enjoy! Now I keep harping on motor liter this, motor liter that. You probably think, oh, what's the big deal? Why don't you just get, if you're into classic cars, an Astrali or a Mountney? They're a lot cheaper. There are a lot of fakes out there. There are a lot of fake Nardi wheels out there. From what I'm aware, there aren't very many fake motor liter steering wheels out there. It's less popular to fake a classic steering wheel, I suppose. But you just got to watch out for those fakes. You can usually tell they don't feel great. They're not heavy steering wheels. They don't feel good quality. I'd like to say the fakes are pretty easy to spot. Certainly the stitching is usually a dead giveaway, and the materials used to make the steering wheel centre is usually of a subpar quality, meaning in the event of a crash it just falls apart. And they do. They just fall apart. Cool, I think that is it. That feels great. I think we should go for a spin. Let's see how it feels. fair to say the steering wheel is the perfect size. It really is good. Feels great. Half an inch smaller in diameter than the steering wheel that came off the car. Just makes it feel that little bit tighter. And considering the steering wheel is quite a bit thinner than the one that came off the car, still got really good purchase. Still feels great. Yeah, happy with that. Very happy with that. And it looks awesome. Suits the car. It's exactly what it needed. I've been after the woodroom steering wheel for well over probably 2 years for this car now. So I am over the moon with this one. Couldn't be happy with that. That is awesome. So quick video. I fitted a steering wheel. It's not a particularly relevant job, but it's a job that needed doing. So the next job is a bit more relevant, and it's that van. I've been doing some welding on it for one of the guys in work. I need to finish the welding this evening. It has to be finished. The MOT's booked for tomorrow. It's very rusty, and it's a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. But so is the way with welding and rust on transit vans, I suppose. So I'm gonna crack on with that, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.